and today I'm in the studio with
Gerald Imoluame.
all right, Gerald. So for those that do not know, you just give us a brief summary about yourself and what you do.
Okay, I'm a chemical engineering student in the University of Benin. I play sports. I play multiple sports like volleyball, tennis, football at times. I recently just started basketball, so I'm like a sports person and academical.
Okay, so now we're looking at so topic of today. We're looking at how to play volleyball. So for those that do not understand volleyball, but they have heard about it, but they know about the sport, but they don't know how to play volleyball. How do you play volleyball, and what is volleyball?
Okay, to me, I would say volleyball is uh more of an art because it doesn't just entail physical movement, it also engages the mind. uh it's one of my major sports that I play. I i played it when recently entered the school. I was in 100 level, like, but like I started because I saw people playing the sports and I was like, I've seen it online before, but I've not seen it being played like this. So I took interest in it and I started learning about the sports. So basically, volleyball is a game that consists of players on each side of the court. This is indoor volleyball. There's two types. There's the indoor volleyball and the beach volleyball. But I'll be talking about the indoor volleyball. It consists of six players on each side of the court. The court is divided into two lines per side, which is the 3 meter line and the baseline. Three players are in front. That is like the line. That's the net divides. The 3 meter line consists of three players. Mm, Most of the times, they're the ones that do most of the attacking and the blocking, the first part of defense. And in a team of volleyball players, they consist of like five different positions, which is your outside hitter. If you've probably watched volleyball before, you notice them. They're just people that like run and attack the ball, what you call spiking. Then you have what you call the middle blockers, who basically are the first form of defense in the volleyball team. They're the ones that jump high and stretch their hands to defend the ball when people want to attack it. The idea of the middle blocker is to stop the ball from even getting close to your own court. The simple terms of volleyball that people remember is do not let the ball touch the more complex than that. Do not let the ball touch the ground, but make it interesting. You have the setter, which is basically the control tower. The setter is the one that makes every call. He's the one that sets the ball where it's going to be attacked, where it's going to where he's the one that determines the game for your team. That's basically the setter. Then you have one of the most undermined positions, which is the libero. He or she is basically your last form of defense. He or she is your best passer and the person that actually starts how the game is going to be. Because when the ball is served, the libero most of the times is the one that is placed in charge of receiving that ball first because he's the best passer on the team. He's the one that can get the ball to the setter for the setter to be able to set neat balls that could be spiked by the outside hitter or the middle blocker, which I've explained prior. Then lastly, you have the opposite hitter. The opposite hitter is kind of like, to me, because that's what I play. It's kind of like the secondary attack whenever you're playing a full match, because most of the times your best hitter is on position 4, which is your outside hitter, the first person I mentioned, the one that does most of the spiking and everything. But then your opposite hitter, it's the person you do not expect to attack balls. As an opposite hitter, you can be a decoy, meaning that when the setter sets the ball, you go there. It seems as if he wants to set to you, but it's actually set to another person. Basically, decoys are like you use yourself to shift everybody's attention towards you, so something else can be done on another part of the court. You get. So that's basically everything about the team. Um yeah, that's basically everything.
Okay, so let's look at the benefits now. So just give us like three benefits of playing volleyball. What does it do for someone? Three benefits of volleyball.
Okay, first of all, in terms of benefits, it depends on what you want to get from volleyball. There are different things. There are people that want to play volleyball just for the fun of it. There are people that want to play volleyball for keeping fit. And there are people that want to play volleyball for going for competitions and actually gaining something, right? So if you're going to play volleyball for the fun of it, of course there's vibe in every. I don't think there's any volleyball club or any team that I've gone and I've chilled with and they're not like super chill, and they're you get it's like it's always fun. There's always something to talk about. There's always something to gist about. Then if we talk about volleyball in terms of uh fitness, depending on the club you go to, because there are clubs for different things. There are clubs for enjoyments, there are clubs for fitness and everything. Volleyball generally is a sport that you have to sweat and you have to work. You are working out without even knowing. When you go down to dig the ball, you are squatting. When you jump up to block ball, it's basically like you're doing jumping jacks and things like that. At the end of the day, you find yourself sweating at the end of every match, and you notice that okay, if I keep on playing this game, you start getting fitter and fitter and fitter. So the vibes is is one thing you gain from it. The fitness is another thing. Thirdly, if you decide to take volleyball very seriously and go for games and go for competitions and all, you actually do get paid. And I'm not saying like small amounts of money. Like you get paid as a good athlete. You get. So that's like three very good advantages of playing volleyball.
Okay, wow. So that's a good one. So we know what volleyball is now, and we know the benefits of playing volleyball. So what's your final advice for those persons that have heard about volleyball but they're afraid to like try? Just give us a summary of an advice for those people that hear about it. Like you said earlier, you heard about volleyball, but you had to go and experience the sport for yourself. So those persons that haven't cold feet about volleyball, what's your advice to them so they could try out the sport?
My best advice to anyone, I don't know, many of y'all won't have or would not probably like anime, but I would recommend that you watch Haikyuu. Like it or not, what you watch actually gives you sometimes um the morale to do some kind of things. And basically, I will only tell you what works for me. When I saw volleyball initially, I saw the game. I was like, oh, it's neat, but I, I didn't have the fire to go and play. But then I watched Haikyuu, and most of every volleyball player I've played with got their fire from watching Haikyuu. So I would recommend that you watch Haikyuu and you get the fire from there, because once you see how it is and you watch matches, automatically you get the fire to go and play the game. That's basically what I can tell.
All right, thank you for joining us on today's episode, and we hope to have you in other interesting episodes.
Thank you.
Take care. So, if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.